getting paid online so you can do cool shit offline. So like me, you could do something like go to Europe. In the last year, surf in Europe, go to Hawaii twice, surf in Hawaii, go to Japan, go to Mexico, surf Mexico, go to a bunch of Magic tournaments, compete with the best players, and take time to travel in between and do cool shit because I'm getting paid online. Welcome in, much love, Trav here. Now, this is the goal, and it's something that we need to talk about because a lot of people get into this, they get in the game the wrong way without seeing what the finish line is all really about. First of all, the finish line, it's about serving people, it's about helping people. But one of the goals, one of the victory conditions is to have free life movement, free living goals, right? You want to, and I want to be able to do cool things that we want to be able to do. We don't want to be stuck in certain places. So we need to take this mentality when we go into online. And it's very important because the cost of working online, and there's a lot we're going to get into this video. Actually, it's going to be a good video. First of all, the difference between working online and getting paid online, right? You don't need to be paid hourly, and that's one of the things about online. You have leverage, you have automation, you have outsourcing, you can multiply, you can 10x. You're going to have to spend some time online, but we want to be getting paid online more than we want to be working online. Because, and we're going to have to grind and work online, but working online, it's not healthy, it's not good for you. Staring at a screen, get more disconnected, get more socially isolated, get more lonely. People go insane doing this, and it's going to make for a pretty terrible life if you're working online and not doing cool shit offline. Or if you're working online and you don't have a plan to do cool shit offline, because especially when you're starting out, it may be a fucking grind fest where you have your regular job and you have your online job, and that's your fucking life. But there's the goal, right, of getting paid online so that you can work offline. It's not because you want to work at home. Try that out. It's fucking boring, right? It gets fucking boring fast, right? Just being in the same spot, doing the same stuff. All your friends and various associates are at work, and you're sitting at home like, the fuck am I gonna do, right? But here's the thing. If you're getting paid online, and you work online a bit, that frees you up, right? Now you have freedom of time, you have freedom of location, and you can do cool shit offline. You can go travel. You know, what can you not do if you have a 9-to-5? You can't go to Mexico for a week. You can't go to Europe for a month, right? You can't go and surf the north coast of Spain. You can't go and, you know, if that's your thing, like, comment below, use your imagination. What's the cool shit that you would do offline? Hike through South Africa. You know, go through an exploratory Amazon with a guide and take some ayahuasca, you know, do some crazy shit. Like, you can't do that if you have a 9-to-5. So what would you do if you are getting paid online? What would you do cool shit offline to make it worth it, right? So that's basically, it's a small point, but it's a very important point, is you working online, getting paid online is not the reward. It's not the goal. It is not fun. It's not good. It's isolating. It's unhealthy to an extent. But it gives you this maximum freedom to do cool shit offline and live a better life offline. And that life can be of service. It can be of community. It can be of whatever. But if you're working online for 10 hours a day, you don't have time for that other shit. You don't have time to build community. You're just going to be sitting in front of a fucking computer, right? So we're not going to go so much into how to reduce, more get paid than work, how to reduce the time online, but the channel is all about that, or it's one of the things the channel is about. But, you know, you just have a delivery system that helps people that you're involved in, and you slowly clone and automate and outsource parts of that system, and you scale it up through ads, and you try experiment, and you throw out new products, and you focus on what you're passionate about and what you're good at, and you grind hard to start, for sure, and you work on proven business models and proven principles, and you get people to help you and so on, and it's possible to get to a point where you're making a lot more and you're spending a lot fewer hours because, and this is the key point, because we don't get paid for our hours, we get paid for our impact, right? Theoretically, this video is not going to have that much reach. You're lucky if you're seeing this. Leave a comment if you're lucky enough to see this. If you have reach, you have 1 million people watch your 1 hour video, then you only need 1 hour to change 1 million people's lives. If that product's really or that video is really helpful, right? People will want to sign up for your product, whatever the fuck that is. But just think about that. You spend 1 hour, 1 million people see your video, maybe you pay $1 million in Facebook ads or YouTube, whatever the next frontier of ads is, and you're not paid for that hour. You're paid for that impact. It happened to take you an hour, and that's sick because you can go travel, go to Denmark or go to Sweden, go to meet old family members you've never met in person, and go on an adventure, right? A lot of this, I'm going to give you ideas about like what life could be like. You watch a lot of entrepreneurs. Some are good about this, some get it, some don't. But it could just be like you want to train and play sports all the time. That's possible. And really, when I started, that was about is like, wow. So I'm gonna work online. I'm gonna do the biggest impact that I can in 3 or 4 hours of work a day. And what's work, what's play has changed for me, but I generally spend less than that online now in most days working. But say 4 hours when I started. I'm going to spend the rest of my time training like I'm a professional athlete and doing 3 workouts a day, and I've got time to do it. And all my friends don't have time to. This is a unique opportunity. This is what I want to do with my life, right? So I still have that mentality because I think as a competitive Magic player, professional Magic player, I am an athlete. And also, if I want for personal branding, it makes sense. I feel good. I'm going to live longer that way. And I'm starting to see separation, as I enter my later 20s and I'm entering my 30s. I'm in better fitness than most of the people in my age cohort. I've traveled the world. I've been to more places than most of my age cohort. I've done more interesting things than most of my age cohort. I'm maybe median as far as money earnings, but that's increasing. And I have the lever is the cool thing that like I can 10x shit. Like it can grow like that. I'm not gonna have to wait to hope to move up 5 years to become a senior at my company where I still have an income cap. There's no income cap online, which is pretty great. It's just improving my ability to do things. So it's worth it. The point is, doing this shit is worth it if you do cool shit offline. Otherwise, it's not worth it because, again, the work itself is not fun necessarily. I mean, it's fun in certain ways, but you're staring at a computer. Now, to contrast this, and I probably should have done this to start the video, like, you be a teacher, surf instructor, keep talking about surf, I'm into that right now. Teacher, work with people, work with kids, be a snowboard, make art, music. If that's your work, fuck, that's like better, right? That's more fun. That's cooler, right? That's more enjoyable. And maybe you tie in some online with offline, like you broadcast your shit. But the point is, like, my buddy Jamie, who I introduced you guys to on the other channel, he's a high school teacher, and by choice he could have done a lot of things, and it's like, yo, this is cool, this is fun, what I want to do, right? If you're working online, you're missing out on that. You're missing out on teaching people in person, kids, daily responsibility and stuff like that. So it's actually something that gives fulfillment, right? So you want to take a step back and say, if I am going to work online, I'm going to miss all this offline stuff. So I want to be involved in clubs and organizations with my time and multiply that with the internet to make use of that. So that's pretty much it for right now. Hope you find this useful. Put these concepts to work. If you have any questions, so leave them in a comment below. You can message me. this channel is really not the best way to reach me because sometimes I don't check the comments for a couple weeks at a time. You can hit me on Instagram or Snapchat, and there'll be links to that in the description. Email, whatever. But it's about getting paid online so you can do cool shit offline. It's not getting paid online so you can be online more. Don't do that. So, hope you find that helpful and useful and interesting. Much love, and look forward to hearing what you have to say in the comments. Peace.